This is the video review for Tobot V Jet Thunder. So here's a look at the box. As you can see, it's still got a lot of plastic on it, unfortunately. And then here's the back of the box. And here's a look at the figure himself. I think he does a lot of interesting things, like with the plain wings. They become kind of these shields on the side of his body, which I really like, instead of just becoming a cape or wings behind the body like most plain Transformers. And then he cleans up pretty decently. He's got a lot of kibble back here, and you can see the landing gear and the tail sections. But for the most part, he's a fairly clean looking figure, and he looks really similar to Tobot Rocket. Very similar looking figures. I would say this is my least favorite out of this wave. I'd probably rate this figure something like a 7, but he is kind of growing on me. There's just something about it that I kind of like this processed cheese orange color. It's very toyetic. I kind of like these aesthetics. Here's how he scales with a few other figures. He's about a little past 8 inches. This figure does come with a few accessories. He comes with these swords, which fold up and store in the leg panels right here. So that's a nice gimmick. It's nice to have a Tobot figure that actually comes with weapons, and he also comes with his Tobot key, which clips on the wing, and it is made of metal with plastic inserts, and it just clips right there. For articulation, he does have the worst articulation out of all the figures in this series, or this set. His head does not rotate at all. He's got a full ratchet in the shoulder. He's got outward this much, and you can also get a second outward joint on the arm there, which breaks the sculpt a little bit, but you get a lot of range. And then he's got 90 degrees on the elbow, almost exactly, and then a full kick forward, about 45 degrees on this knee, and it really looks like the knee should pull out, but it doesn't. And then he's got a full backwards kick, and then a full side kick as well. No thigh articulation, no bicep swivel, and no ankle, because he technically doesn't really even have feet. The transformation on this guy is really simple. So the first thing you do is you can unpeg his midsection here, and that can rotate back. You can push down his head, and that pops up the canopy, and he's got a good head reveal gimmick, which does that. And then you close up the wings, rotate this arm up, and then fold the elbow backwards to get that out of the way. And then basically just shift the whole shoulder section backwards to be in the correct place for the wings. Okay, now for the rear of the jet, you're just going to rotate his waist section. Oh, I forgot to mention he does have waist rotation. And you're going to rotate the weapon pod, is just going to rotate all the way around. And then you unclip the tail section from the back of the calf, and you rotate the tail section up. And then you do the same with the other side. And then those two sections are going to clip together. Okay, and then finally you're just going to rotate the rest of the torso section up, and this reminds me of Rocket a lot. And then these knees are basically going to clip into the back of the jet here. And then you just clean up the shoulders and the wing sections. And that's basically your jet mode, which looks a lot like Classic's Power Glide, that Ultra Class figure from several years ago. It's the same plane, I think, a Warthog, I think. I'm not sure. So I really do like this vehicle mode. It's kind of blocky and chunky, but I think it works. I like it actually more than the robot mode. I think this jet, I would give a 9. It's just really interesting looking to me. And it's something better, just different from your standard sports car vehicle. And then you do have the tow key, and that just clips here on the wing for storage. And then to actually use the key gimmick, it, like all the other figures in this line, it's kind of unnecessary. You just push the key in here, and then when you put enough force, it just disengages these knees. You can do that without the key, because this is basically just a button, and you can just press that yourself without even using the key, or you could really just separate the halves yourself because they're just on these little clips. So again, unnecessary gimmick, but it's there, and the key feels nice, so not a total waste. And this is how he looks with the other vehicles of this series. So he looks way bigger, even though he is actually only the same size as these other two vehicles. They all look pretty good together. And then here's how he looks with a deluxe transformer, and I think this is actually the correct scale. I think a figure could fit in this car that would fit in this cockpit. I think they would be the same size. So overall, this figure is made of a really strong plastic. I would say that for quality is definitely a 10. It feels really good in hand. It's solid, chunky. It's just a good kind of old-fashioned kind of robot, but it's really low on gimmicks. It doesn't really do anything special or unique. It doesn't really have any gimmicks that get in the way. It just transforms. That's basically its only gimmick. And the articulation is pretty limited. So overall, for the fun factor, I would say if you're into just transforming robots with nothing special like combining or anything else, you'd probably like this figure. It's very basic, and you could see you could transform him in just a few seconds. And I would say overall, just for fun factor, this figure is probably like a 7. It just feels good to transform back and forth, not have to worry about things lining up and clipping panels together and flexing plastic. It's just simple and basic, and it gets the job done. And I really like that they added the weapons for playability. So if you like this figure, you can order it on eBay from my guy Soon2935. I'll put a link to his shop in the description. And that's it for now.